This Buzzle article spills the beans on some amazing sewing projects for beginners who can implement and enjoy their hobby/talent of sewing using a variety of patterns. Take a look at some projects below and start the sewing process instantly. Sewing is creating wonderful stuff just with a needle, scissors, and threads. If you are a beginner or interested in learning it like an hobby, then this is the right place. Let's tell you, while you are learning the basics of sewing, either by hand or on the sewing machine, leafing over a few simple sewing patterns in your free time isn't bad at all. Instead, new patterns and designs actually can give you ideas to implement on your future sewing projects. So with this take a look at all these wonderfully created patterns and sewed projects below. Easy sewing design projects. The projects stated below vary from east to west, including home decorating ideas, clothing patterns, holiday crafts, etc., for beginners. So stick your eyes on these sewing projects, which are highly interesting and quick to finish. Hospital bed saddlebag. A beginner can sew any sized saddlebag and give it to charity or a hospital where patients can actually store their personal items in that bag and hang it by their bedside at a reachable length. For creating such a bag, you will need a 22 single quote wide fabric which has to be sewed around its corners. A user can make it colorful and attractive by cutting strips of different colored fabric and sewing it manually, or by using a machine. Wheelchair totes. Do you see the bags that are placed at the back of a wheelchair near the handles? They can be a good project for a beginner to take up. The pocket has to be small in size, and by using a sewing machine, she can sew a large pocket out of a solid piece of fabric. You can also attach a Velcro if you wish to keep the pocket operable. Pillow pattern. You can actually have pillows for your bedroom or your room, if you really know how to sew your own pillows. Making a standard square pillow with attractive patterns and colors is a simple job for a beginner to start with. Perhaps, after the pillow is sewed, one can cut tracings of certain art clips, cut crochet flowers, or attach teddy bear cuttings on the pillow, and sew it accordingly. Barbie clothes. This activity is best for girls to indulge in where, along with play, they also learn how to sew their pretty dolls' clothes. This activity can grow into a skill, and then designing real clothes can't be a far-fetched proposition. A user can stitch dresses, pants, skirts and blouses by measuring the size of a Barbie doll. Embellish the clothes by sewing buttons, laces and zips to give a real look. Teapot sewing kit. You can actually sew tiny pieces of fabric all put together to cover the teapot set's items individually. SEW coverings for a creamer, a teacup, a sugar dish and the teapot. If you see handles in the cutlery, add strips of colorful, lacy ribbons or exclusive embroidery to the handle. Every item of the teapot has a ball on its lid. Don't sew that, instead cut an opening measuring the same size and then fit it on the lid. Autumn hand towel. Sewing a hand towel probably is the easiest project a beginner can start with. For creating this sewing pattern, all you have to do is decorate the hand towel by sewing different colored strips on the fabric. Try gathering the strips in the form of autumn colors and attach them in the bottom and top of this rectangular piece of towel. A sewing job can be a hobby, some have a passion for it and others, to meet certain needs if it's their profession.